All right, beach day. Oh, swipe left to sort that out. There we go, perfect. All right. Oh, Georgie. So, position like there. I think we'll move that back a little bit. So, yeah, that's mean. Right there. Bit of water. Water's healthy. Water's good for you. Bit of water. And then the colour I need is actually a bunch of... first thing I need is a bit of tape. Pink tape. It's actually strapping tape. I'm supposed to have sellotape, but I lost it. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. La, da, 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 da. Just chuck that under there. Hold that picture down so the wind doesn't catch it and send it flying. Beautiful. Car keys. Oh, actually, so I don't lose those, I better hang them off. That, there we go. And plate. Hey team, how we doing? Do we have ample? Yes, we do. Fantastic. Ample reception, that's important. La da da dee da do da 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 da. La da da do da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da dee da 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 do do do. La da 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 da. La doo dee da 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 da. Okay. We're going to chuck a little bit more of this violet onto the canvas. And I also want something in between, but staying with that pastel palette. The question is, what is it? This is probably, yeah, here we go. Go between violet and our percussion blue. And then there's a little container in here that I want. This one here, not that one. It's binder medium. The one I actually want. Here we go. Clear painting medium. This is the one. Voila. A little bit of that. Not too much of that. Just a little bit of that. Whoa. And up we come. Hello, Steve. Hello, Jules. Who else do we have here? Hey, Jules. Hey, Rody. Hey, Steve. Lovely to see you all here. We're out here in the lovely big outdoors. And please let me know how, Pink, how you doing? Please let me know how we're doing in terms of sound. If there's a lot of... I can turn down the receiver volume and improve it. But if it's all good, it's all good. But there's a bit of wind around, so it's easy to fix if the wind is picking up a lot on our little speaker. Sound is great, actually. Perfectos, this is ideal. I was expecting to run into bigger issues than that, but if it's perfect, it's perfect. Aside from the wind, oh, you can hear a bit of wind, can you? I'll tell you what, guys, I had a fun little game we can do here. What if I go like this? How is it now? Did I improve it? Hopefully I improved it. Here we go. Oh. All right. First two basic colours, a little bit bluey and a little bit violety. And I just want to keep chucking around some paint onto, onto this picture. I've done a few layers, I've done a few more, it's not quite there yet. We'll just keep going until we get the vibe that we've hit the mark that we're after. I think you did, oh sweet as, I'll tell you what, let me know. Did I improve it again? Wait, hold on. That should improve it again. And hello, John, how are we doing? And love, or cold. Is the beach soft or cold? I'm honestly wearing shoes, so I can't tell. But it is a pretty hot day. Oh, is the beach hot or cold? Now I'm following. So, yes, you did, John, you did. So we're out here on the beach. There's hundreds of people around, hundreds. So expect a few of them to get curious and come on up for a look-see. And this is the painting we're working on today. Now, I know I wasn't around yesterday, and I'm sorry about that, guys, but I was filming a reel. It wasn't a live, it was a reel, and it was pretty fun. It was our Project Dancer, and it's come out really, really cool. So, no pictures have been shared yet, but we had someone taking photos and videos, and so far from what I've seen, it looks absolutely incredible. So it's going to be all on. Is it a noise reduction feature? It is. Well, it's the receiver volume on the mic. So if I turn it down, it'll capture less of the wind, and it should get my voice a bit clearer. But it depends. Anyway, here we go. So, Project Dancer took place yesterday, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of those photos with you guys because it came out really, really well. I hit this wall halfway through it where I thought, oh no, it's got too good too fast. And when it gets too good too fast, you get a little bit nervous with where you can take it, as if any stroke you add to it will ruin it. So to alleviate that, I just went full send and got really, really wild with it and started covering my hands in paint and throwing it at it. And it came out really, really cool. So it's a dancer. The dancer's in this position. So it's doing modern contemporary dance. We did it, and thank you, Fernando. I appreciate that. This is my Movember mustache. I was a little bit insecure about it at the start, but I'm getting used to it, team. I'm getting used to it, and the moustache is definitely growing on me. Excuse the pun. That was not intentional. So sorry. We did a vote in the Art of Painting broadcast channel, the one on Instagram. And the vote came out that the Project Dancer, it's a collaboration with a sound company. Project Dancer is going to be, or was, a solo, masculine, modern, male dancer. So very, very specific. That's quite specific. And I decided to choose quite a masculine but lean male. You don't like Movember, or you don't like my Movember? You're totally fine to not like my Movember. It's a desperate attempt, I totally understand it. But you know what? I'm doing my best. And just like if you heard me sing, just go with it. It's fine. It's not the best singing, but it's the way I sing. And if I see you paint, I'm going to do nothing but encourage you. And that's something we can all do for each other. Beach painting indeed. The good thing about the beach too, when the wind's out, if you like to paint fast with bold colours, having the wind out means the paint's going to dry incredibly fast, which means you can mix more effectively between layer and layer and layer. Mix more effectively, layer more effectively. You can't mix it all. In fact, that's the wrong term. There will be no mixing had out here. So every colour's bold and unique. It's not trying to combine into the other colours. Our only job is to just get these next little bits of detail. It's a smaller canvas, a bit more detail. And after this colour, a few transparency gels just to blend between the colours. See where that takes us. Hey guys, how you doing? That's good. Pretty fun to do at the beach, eh? Yeah. You enjoying your walk out today?
Yeah, beautiful day.
That's good, that's good. There we go. I hope Movember all together. Don't your sunglasses affect your view of the colours? All right, two things there. First off, I know Movember's silly, but at the same time, it brings awareness to something. And it's quite a catchy way of bringing awareness to it. So Movember's really, really important. It brings awareness to prostate cancer, mental health awareness, and suicide awareness. And it does that all in New Zealand here, and it's phenomenal, the awareness it can bring to it, even if you're not raising cash. You're just growing silly facial hair on your face, actually what you've done is essentially in the same way where you put on a filter on your Facebook to say I support this or this is me. Although you're not giving money to something, you're bringing awareness to it and actually, in a small way, letting the wider population know that we do care about these things. And I think it can be a really, really meaningful thing if you do it and show your support, even if you can't grow facial hair like me, which is always quite fun. There we go. Get a little bit up through here. Keep it coming. Weather looks great. This is the day for painting. Absolutely. Who's that there? Govnik. Oh, and sorry, yes indeed, John. So normally I wouldn't grow facial hair. I'm a shave every morning kind of guy. But in the current state of play, it is Movember. And I've been working with a few emails with the Movember team to try and arrange an auction of a painting, because since I can't get sponsorship or funding to grow a mustache, primarily because I can't grow a mustache, I thought we could auction off a painting to support the cause and still play around with the mustache, but auction off a painting. So that's still in the pipeline. But if you think this mustache is bad, team, you should have seen what I had on my face when I was about 17, 18. It's like an overly fluffy peach. Oh. There we go. Perfect. And cheers, Pink. That's what I'm hearing as well. People don't mind it as much. John, if it goes to an auction, the one that will be getting auctioned is going to be Hercules if we do the auction. And what we'll do is it'll basically start with a reserve and I'm not exactly sure what the amount is, but it will literally cover the shipping cost internationally, the framing cost and the materials cost. And so that way, the first bid covers all the painting's costs to get it to any household in the world, and past that, every dollar goes to charity. That's the plan. Yes, I mean Hugh Jackman, yes. So that's the painting. And I thought that's a good one in support of Movember, because when we do talk about things like mental health awareness and that more mental side of the struggle that some people face in silence, talking about Hercules in a sensitive pink fashion that he is in that picture, or Hugh Jackman, this is bringing a different perspective to Hercules, showing a more sensitive side to his masculine side, say. And that's kind of important when we talk about bringing awareness to these issues, because a lot of people think the key to it is being tough and not telling anyone. Now, while I encourage being tough, getting help when you need help is absolutely essential. And so to encourage that is pretty cool. And then the other thing too, the sunglasses. Yes, absolutely. So one thing you'll notice about this painting is it's quite pink. A lot of pink pastels creep into the painting. And to stop that from happening, because I love using pink, I'll always justify any color in the piece with more pink. If I wear these pink sunglasses, one, the sun's not as intense, and two, I can actually see more pink all over the piece to then focus on the other colors and get a more diverse color palette inside the picture. Hey guys, how you doing? That's good. Hello from California. Welcome on. Now, the other thing you'll notice too, guys, is underneath the painting here, see these straps? It's a windy day, probably sitting here, and the straps hold the canvas down. Stop it from blowing over. This is going to want to. This wind's going to kick up here by the sea. There we go. Let's get a bit more through here. And up here. all the way up to the top. Beautiful. A little bit of transparency gel. At this stage, mainly glossy though. I'm after chunks of colour, big, bold chunks. And then the layers after this, when I swap off these two colours, I think it will be time to make the change into something far more transparent over the top. But we'll see. At the end of the day, guys, I just know this work needs more, but I don't exactly know what it needs. There's a few little areas that mechanically I can add paint to, but overall, we'll just see where it takes us. That's the plan. And hello from Rotorua, Nature Girl NZ, welcome on in. Nature Girl NZ, Rotorua is an amazing place. You've got a Cobb & Co there. There we go. There we are. There's a Davidoff around the whole shooting box. It's a very, very mellow, adaptable colour, this old Bluey Vermilion. Hey guys, how you doing? Absolutely. Come on for a peekaboo. How's the walk going?
Hi.
That's good.
Oh, nice.
You're going to block the camera.
Yeah, you're live, but yeah, but I'm sure they love the yeah. Come on in, have a look-see.
Look, there's, I can see. There's a person.
Don't touch him.
I know,
Yeah, so
there's a person there.
yeah, there you go. Well done.
No,
Yeah.
high five to you.
So there's a person there and there's a dog down here, and it's just a big kaleidoscope of colours going in all directions.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
How's the walk going down the beach?
Beautiful.
Oh, lovely,
Sunny
guys.
day, isn't it?
It is the perfect day. Perfect day. The only problem with the beach, though, the only problem with this beach is it's on the wrong side of the country because the sun rises there and sets over there.
Yeah.
So for me to get my lighting right, I've got to come after 12 so I can face the sea then. But in the morning, I've got to face the land.
Right.
Not as
Yeah.
fun.
No.
But you didn't come here for my complaining.
Your painting looks beautiful.
Hey, thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the walk. Catch ya. What lovely, lovely people, guys. What lovely, lovely people. Beautiful beach house behind them. Yes, very, very bold, actually. They built a 3-story, 4-story, actually, house over there on the beach. I would face you out to the sea. I'll spin you around to it. Here, come with me. You ready? Come on around. Woohoo! Steve, thanks for subscribing, you absolute legend. This is the beach here. So this is, we're at Orewa Beach today. So out that way is a lovely place because actually out to the right and left are land. So see over there, land creeps in. Then over here, more land creeps in. And the reason why that's good, is when the wind comes in here or the surf comes in, it's quite controlled because we're not that exposed. It's almost like a semi-cove, which is pretty cool. And then if I take you this way, you ready? This is down the beach. It's like a, I don't know if you can see it that well, but there are just hundreds of people all down this beach. We're about 100 meters on the entire beach left and right. And I've pegged myself right in the middle. And the reason I've gone for the middle is because I think the tide's coming in and it's really embarrassing when you grab all your stuff and run in a bit closer. And then if you go too far that way as well, you can't really appreciate the environment. And the sand gets too loose. I like to work on harder sand. You'll see that more in the video that we're making though, the reel. I'll bring you back around this way. Here we go. This is our picture. So at the moment, to get the lighting right on the painting surface, so I know the glasses are one thing, but to see the colors correctly, we have to have the sun, and you'll notice the shadow. Basically, the shadow wants to cut right between me and the canvas, and then that's the lighting just about right. But at the moment, we're almost exactly on, let me check it, 11:50, 10 to 12. So we're high noon. So this is when the cowboys come out for their shootouts. Now this is a good time in some senses because the light comes straight down, but it does make it a bit more niggly for your eyes. So if you're doing realism painting, or you need to see the exact colors, you're gonna be squinting at your work the whole time, and outside's not gonna be as fun as it could be. But I love pink glasses. These Elton John glasses for me, even with them on, look how much pink I've put in this. I've got way too excited and that's a fact. So that's part of the fun of it though. But no, I need to get 3 other pairs. I need to get a blue pair, a yellow pair, and just a general dark tinted pair. And that way, when I look at the work, instead of thinking, oh, I need to adjust bright, I need to adjust darker, I need to, and then you go into your creative process and you're thinking about this mechanical element to it, you just chuck on the pair of sunglasses that's required, oh, less of that or more of that. Chuck on the pink glasses, you'll see pink all over it and use less pink instinctively, and that'll get a better result out of the art. So I think we're going to lean into that a little bit, even though I've had a couple of true blue artists abuse me for it and say, you shouldn't ever wear glasses, you can't see the right colours, but personally, I like it. It's like, what's an analogy you could put it to? I don't know, you're basically, if you think of yourself as an athlete or a player making the picture, you're just putting a lens or a filter on the player's eyes to just improve their perspective, to bend them in the angle you want, to get the creation that you want. Personally, I dig it. I hope I didn't miss anyone's comments there. We have the exact same weather. Oh, yes, you do. Maui actually matches New Zealand, which is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. And Jay, I see you're here. You absolute legend. Hope you're well, Jay. And if I missed anyone's comments, guys, I'm sorry. I'll jump in where I can. It's the day for it, though. This is the day for it. G'day, mate. How we doing?
You videoing yourself?
Yeah. How you doing, gentlemen?
Good, thanks.
That's good. That's good. We're down here painting some crazy pictures out in the sun.
All right.
Beautiful place, right?
Yeah, it's the spot, isn't it?
Yeah. That's for sure.
Middle of the beach.
The dog.
That's the one. So
Okay,
it's.
where's that from?
I think it might. That's a good question. Maybe somewhere in Bali, but it's got that sort of bamboo-y feel. So we're just getting a lot of those vertical lines into the painting. But you want to go halfway, gentlemen, halfway between seeing the picture and halfway between it just being wild, crazy, outlandish paint.
Right.
And if you can get it 50-50, so when you look at it, you see, oh, I think I see a kid and a dog in some sort of environment, boxes ticked. But if you make it look exactly like it,
Yeah.
you should have just kept the photo.
Yeah.
And if you make it too wild,
Yeah.
no one's going to understand what you're doing. So you've got to thread that needle in between. That's the dream. But when you go real,
It's like a dream
yeah.
jump shot.
But if you come right up close to it, it'll all lose its context.
Yeah,
It'll just
come
turn
back
messy.
here,
Yeah.
Bit of
And then the further you head back,
shot of it.
the more sense it makes. Kind of like life. No. All right, I take that one back.
No sense to that.
Yeah. But no, it's a bit of fun. So the guy who ships the artwork for me, he wanted one of his son. So this is the guy's son, and that's their dog, which sadly has recently passed. So we've photoshopped the two in together, and we're just creating the painting. And yeah, I like it personally. I think it's a bit of a fun one, this one. I just hope I don't ruin it, you know?
You're doing well so far.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Are you heading on down to the surf club for a pint? No, just a walk, eh?
We've been to the cafe up the end there for a coffee.
Yeah, I got
Now
you.
we're just having a walk.
Oh, good on you. I might go have a coffee after this, actually, lads. We'll see how we go. Anyway, back to it.
Great.
Go for it.
Thanks for that.
Cheers, guys.
We're going to go back now.
Mushrooms. Interesting. Mushrooms? No mushrooms around. Wait, mushrooms in this? Do you see mushrooms? That's buzzy. I guess the dog's head kind of looks like a mushroom. But no mushrooms. No mushrooms in sight. Can you hold the glasses lens in front of the camera? Yeah, of course. That, in fact, TBS, that's actually a fantastic idea. Let's do that. Hold on. There we go. So that's the painting I'm seeing. Do you see how suddenly all the pinks are just lost and you're seeing those yellows and deeper blues more? Now get ready. In 3 seconds, I'm going to lift it up and you're going to see all the pinks again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pinks and pastel blues popping off the painting. So we'll do that one last time so you can see. That's the painting as it is. That's what I'm seeing. That's the reality. And so what this does is it adds that slight, I'm saying pink, but it's more like a salmon. It adds the salmon colour over the entire painting, which makes me think, ooh, there's a lot of that. And I start bringing in more of those blues and more of those yellows. And you can see when you lift the glasses off and look at the painting, you're like, oh, an abundance of pastel blues and yellows, that's cool. But the effect that has is it means I don't need to change my style and my instincts towards colours that I like, but it makes my paintings vary across a spectrum. And that's the beauty. Oh my God, I love that effect. that one's as fun as a galaxy. probably being a flower, it's a little more fun actually. But so going back to that, guys, no matter what level of a painter you are, cheap glasses that tint the color, I actually really like. But the problem is if you wear them inside, what's going to happen is that lens in front of your vision, is going to make the painting much darker, appear much darker to you. So you're going to lighten it up. And the issue with that is you're going to see those darker areas far, far more intensely. Or ignore them altogether. It's basically, if you wear glasses, paint outside, is what I'm trying to say. I tripped over my words there. If you're wearing glasses, paint outside, because you need excess light. And I know you can get big stage lights and ring lights and things, but natural light from the sun, it's not that it's better for the craft or mechanically, it's that it feels better for you. It just, when you have those bright white lights on you late at night, you sort of feel like a science experiment. But when you get out into the environment, I mean, this is going to sound cheesy, but I can sort of feel myself, I want to say drinking in, but it's the wrong term, the vitamin D in the air. It feels better, so that's a big thing. With the moustache, yeah. Looking like a 60s man, yeah. So, but look guys, I'm getting told that the moustache is a goer, so thumbs up on it for now. We'll see how we go. Now, I actually, if you were talking about this painting, I actually like it exactly where it is now. I wouldn't change it, but I need to add more to it because there's some areas from a craft perspective that need some more love. So I want to keep the colour palette almost exactly where it is. And our only job is to bring just a little bit more context and detail into the back of the dog, up the knee, onto his shoulder, down his arm here. The plate and hand, they're actually fine, that's exactly as they look. And then there's a couple of areas here where it dry brushed and I want it to look wetter, so we'll dabble with that. Yeah. Now, I'm not supposed to do this. This is bad. I get told off from Shelby, my partner, about taking these out of the fridge, but I figure it's better than coming down here without water. This is a scorcher of a day. And staying hydrated is going to be vital. Now, bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to get a little bit of this on my, just on those areas we get burnt just there. Give me just a second, squad. Right terminology instead of maybe soaking in. Soaking in is the right word. Yeah, that's right. Soaking in vitamin D. Apparently 10 to 15 minutes in the sun gets you all the vitamin D you need. Please correct me if I'm wrong there. And like, honestly guys, if I don't get out and paint, yeah, that's the plan. If I don't get out and paint, it's actually quite onerous to get in the sun and do 15 minutes just standing there. And I was watching some YouTube videos saying you need to get out in the morning for 10 minutes for your circadian rhythm and things like this. And I don't know guys, it's a lot. It's a lot, especially when you work an office job, to actually get out there and sit, get under the sun. And usually when I do it, cheers George, I'm fully clothed, long sleeved, long pants. And so I was only grabbing the vitamin D from my head. So I don't have a solution for that, but I feel like Yeah, if you can bring whatever you do outdoors and get some sun every day, I know it's a little inconvenient depending on the role. I think it's quite important. I try and prioritise it, but it can be tough. All right, I'm going to sneak down here and grab some paint. What colour are we going to grab? What colour are we going to grab? I actually want some. I know I'm saying these are supposed to make me avoid pinks, but I actually want some deep violet if I can track it down. All sorts of paint here. Oh, is this what we're going to? Yeah, let's get some. This is a goodie. This is a goodie. Here we go, 1 and 2. So we've got a lot of deep dark areas, that's a fact. But in amongst here and around these black areas are sort of just complemented by a few hues of blue. We're going to use this ugly violet, not ugly violet, it's called red violet, this one in here. And then ignore all the sienna on this tube, but this is green oxide. And Farah, I'm glad you like these colours. And who's that there? Govnick. Live in Scotland. Yeah. I used to know a rugby player from Scotland. Or... No, I knew 2 rugby players. One from Scotland and one from Wales. But that's going back a wee way. That's going back a wee way. Yes, pink. Yes. That's the plan. See, we've got all these light pastel-y ones. But if you look at the blue spectrum, there's the light blues and the dark blues. And then you go to the pink spectrum, you've got the pastel pinks and the medium pinks, but you haven't got a deeper sort of red or pink coming in there. And that's where this one here is going to really pay some bills, that one there. So that's the plan. I've been calling this one, if you don't have a specific name for the piece, I give it just an archival name. So this one here I've been calling Boy with Dog, but probably I'll talk to Michael, the man the painting's for, and say, hey, what would you like to call it? And probably the name we'll land on, instead of Boy with Dog, is we'll call it the son's name and the dog's name. So, you know, Benny and Sue or something like that. Just to add that personal touch to it. And then from our angle, we'd have to infer which one is which. And it could be quite fun. Look, we are outdoors. We have all the elements at our disposal. Sorry, all the ventilation at our disposal. We could be using oils. We're not using oils. These are acrylics, but they'll glisten like oils because, I'll show you here, there's no white paint on this plate, but you'll see all that white running around. That's gloss mediums, gel mediums, fluid, all sorts of different stuff that makes the paint shine and dry fast and keep from going tacky and all those sorts of things. So I love this paint, but you have to mix it in with other things. Otherwise, acrylics do dry tacky and they don't have that sheer beauty that oils have. So combine things into your acrylics to make sure they keep that, what would you say, brilliance. Yeah, brilliance is probably the right word, brilliance. And if you're not sure which one to start with, my go-to, it's really basic. This is just Atelier clear paint medium. It's neither here nor there. It's, that's all good. But it's sort of like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of medium. But usually I default to a satin rather than gloss, because satin's sort of in between. Gloss can be too intense for some paintings. Oops, sorry, bring that back. Satin, gel medium is a good go-to. And then you just need to find one with a viscosity, that's texture or thickness, that matches what you like. There is no right answer to that. I typically like a thinner one, but not too thin, kind of like the thickness of paint that you'd use for, sorry, liquid that you'd use to make crepes. So not pancake mix, but not quite water. But like, everyone has their own favourites. The reason I like that one is I try and keep the room as clean as possible, and when it gets too thin, it splashes, which is a little bit more niggly. Nothing beats oil because you can manipulate it. It takes forever to cure. Well, that's an interesting one. When you say nothing beats oil, that would infer that you've got your own ranking system for what would be winning. You know, we're talking about beating. It's really hard to talk about winning or losing in art. It depends what you're after. If you're after a long drying time, oil's going to win. Mix your oil paints with coconut oil and you're going to see the longest dry time you've ever seen. But it's like 6 months. And then off gases for even 8. It's a long time. If you're talking about the ability to add multiple layers, millions of layers, I say millions, more like 50 layers, I mean, you're leaving behind acrylics and oils and talking egg tempera. If you're talking about the ability to have a system that you go through one layer at a time and love that delicacy in the pigment, you're talking about watercolor. So it's really hard to say this is the best when actually they all serve very different purposes. There's a reason why they all still exist. We don't just say we only make this kind of paint. If you want blue, it's this kind of paint because it's the best. You go to the paint store and they're all there on the walls. And that's because they have different reasons to exist. So you ask yourself, what am I trying to do? What do I care about in my art? What matters to me? When you ask that question, you start actually thinking, okay, this medium may be the best for me. And that comes through experimentation too. A lot of people don't experiment. They get themselves locked into a medium and say, nah, this is me and I'm never going to change. I get that, but experiment. Just like every couple of years or months, I get a paint palette and just remind myself why I like a plate. Go try watercolors. And you'd be like, oh no, I hate watercolors. Cool. Go try them and remind yourself why you hate them. Same goes for acrylic, same goes for oil. Try these things. But if you are going to do any of the acrylics or oils, the only thing I'd say, if you were to take anything away, the only thing I'd say is make sure you're in a ventilated space, preferably outside. If you don't want to be around millions of people like this, I totally get it, but make sure you're in somewhere that can actually breathe. You're so much more important than any piece of artwork you could make. I can't say that enough. Cheers, John. Well, but like I say, the most important thing to come away from this with is critical thinking. Don't think because Seb said it, it's fact. I'm wrong on maybe 30 to 60%. That's not fair. I don't know. I know about 30% of things I should know about painting, and I'm always trying to learn more. So you'll come here one day and I've learned something different and I'll have an entirely new opinion on something. But I don't think anything's any different. When you talk about business, you can't stop learning about your field and business. You can't just say, no, I do this now and I ignore everything else. Nah, you've got to keep learning, keep growing, keep changing, keep diversifying. Otherwise you get left behind in business. Now, I'm not saying you get left behind in painting, but you may fall into the trap of not being able to express yourself as well as you maybe could have. And why would you run that risk? So, yeah. Anyway, one that I probably leave a little bit much, if you were to give me a hard time, I don't do enough watercolors. And I probably justify that. With the fact that I do gouache. You know what I mean? Paints a whole lot. So since I use gouache, I say that's like pseudo watercolor, and then I never use watercolors. Now, is that good? Probably not, because watercolor is actually one of the most raw mediums. It's literally like hard pigment that you mix into just water. You can learn a lot from that. You can learn a whole lot from that. And then, if I was really shooting myself in the foot and saying what I'm not good at, I haven't done silk screening. When was the last time I did silk screening? So long ago, and it's so important. It's what Andy Warhol did for the 8 Elvises picture. You know, he did it one after another. There's a beauty in silk screening, and I never touch it. Don't think you've got one horse in the race. Spread yourself out and know a few other mediums. Even if only knowing how to use them mechanically without actually having the ability to use them. It's totally fine. Totally fine. You know what? I'm going to stop talking about what I'm not good at, and tonight I'm going to sit down and watch some videos on how to do silk screening again. You'll be surprised at what you pick up. when you take off that judgmental gaze that we typically have, we do get a judgmental gaze where we think, I've got nothing to learn here. Nothing here is relevant for me. And as soon as you get in that mind frame, that's a dangerous mind frame. I've been in it before. I've thought, I know everything there is to know about acrylic paint. I don't need to listen to anyone anymore. Idiot. Absolute idiot. Me, I mean. There is no way I could possibly have been at that stage, being that I believe I only know a third of what I need to know right now. So what I'm saying here is be open. And not just to your craft as well. Jeepers creepers, guys. I used to, when I was younger, thought only painters could teach me how to paint. And now I probably get most my philosophy and enthusiasm from carpenters, builders, electricians. Hey guys, how we doing? Yeah, making sure, yeah. Supervise me, keep me in check. I like that.
I thought you were looking at the view out here and then
Yeah?
looking and then looking and then looking.
Oh, I see.
It's not the beautiful.
Oh, can't you see the sea? Having a lovely walk, guys?
Yeah.
That's
What a
good.
lovely workspace.
Oh, I tell you what, it's beautiful, isn't it? Aren't we lucky to be in New Zealand? All the best, guys. Catch ya. Here we go. Just patting in a little bit here. And who's that there? Jelly Bean. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Hey there. You love the colours? Yeah. It's a bit crazy on the colour front, but that's one of the perks of this painting. That's what it wants to be. It's a very self-aware painting in that sense. It's not trying to be too real. There we go. That's all fine through there. What's-a-ta? Hey guys. What's that?
There could be worse places in the world to stand and paint.
That's true. There would be a whole lot worse places. I'll tell you what, it won't be too good in the next hour or a couple of hours. The tide starts coming in.
Well, yeah, then you might have a watercolour.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're still here about, what was it, 5 or 6 tonight when it's up at the rocks over there,
Yeah?
no problem.
You'll just see the top of my head and the top of the easel there, and you'll.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, hit me with the
I
question.
just started doing painting.
Oh,
Really,
fantastic.
I'm not very good, but I'm doing like stylized animals, and I'm
Yeah.
doing one where it's a circle canvas, and I've got 7 circles.
Yeah.
And I'm doing I've got like a pig, and he's got a monocle,
Love it.
and I've got out with glasses and stuff. But I want to do the background.
Yeah.
I sort of want to make it like I'm going to write their names like Montague and Percival, like English gentlemen. But
Gotcha.
I want to do the background I want it to look like sort of old wood. So I'm thinking, do I do the brown and then let it dry a bit, and then do the black over, and then really scour it to get the brown to come through, or do I do the black on the back and then the brown on the top? And I can't picture in my head what will give me kind of like a woody
I see.
texture. What would you do?
Well, first off, there's a couple of different ways to go about it, and it's going to sound quite cryptic, but there's no wrong answer. You can go from black to brown or brown to black.
Yeah.
The easiest way, if you're looking for a quick fix, is to start with black, because black's so strong, it'll overpower every other
Yeah.
colour. Put that on, and then get the brown, don't add water to it, and have it very dry on the brush. And
okay.
dry brush it over the top. And that way you
Okay.
can slowly add as
Because I
much
don't-
brown as you're comfortable
I don't
with.
want too much black.
Yeah.
I did one where I did the background. I mixed blue and red and got purple.
Yeah.
And it was too dark to take away from the main thing. So I got white, and I really over it, and it's good because it's got
Yeah,
like the white over the
perfect,
top. You can see the
perfect.
people behind it. So I'm thinking, so you're saying doing black first.
And
okay.
I got a cheesy thing for you as well. One thing you got to do with your art,
Yeah.
you started by prefacing saying you were no good. Now, we have a tendency to do that as artists, and it's a bad tendency
I'm a
because
school teacher, and every 5-year-old thinks they're an artist. They leave primary school and I'm not
yeah,
an
yeah,
art.
and every 5-year-old's right because you're just expressing yourself visually.
Well,
you know?
I know that I can't. I cannot realistically draw an owl. So I'm not going to do what I know I
That's-
can't do. So no.
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah, I gotcha.
stylized. So what I've just done, I've done a giraffe's neck and then the face
Yeah.
with eyelashes, and on the top I've got a little pink diamante on the top of each eyelash, and it's pink and purple, and then I've done like tribal marks, and it's a little bit of its nose has got little gems all over it.
Perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
so I'm doing that type of art.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I know that is
Fantastic. Well, I'll tell you this though, anyone can learn the craft of art. There's a million YouTube videos that will show you everything you want to know. I can't give you the enthusiasm of a 5-year-old. You've got to find that for yourself.
Like
But once you
any
get that, that's the hard bit.
With any artistic thing though,
Yeah.
there are people who've got it and you can't teach it. You know what I mean? Like there are still people who've got it.
Yeah.
You
The
know, so
enthusiasm of a 5-year-old?
No, like in ballet, people who have got it.
Yeah.
You can be a great technician, but you don't have it, so you still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you still got to work at your technique if you've got it, but it's that little extra that you can't teach. But I know what you're saying.
I
So
see.
anyway, so okay, I'm going to do black.
That's like my brother, I love photography, but
Yeah.
my brother is a professional photographer. There's the difference.
I gotcha.
But let's be honest, he photographs doorknobs
Yeah,
and
no,
bathroom fixtures for kids
Yeah.
as well.
all of these houses.
Is that you?
This is another boy and his dog in an
You can see all the
environment.
picture up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Pretty exciting.
very good. Well, you enjoy your art.
Oh, thank you very much, guys, and good luck with your picture. Remember, enthusiasm of a 5-year-old.
Oh yeah, and of course I'm not signing the front, so I go by Snazzy. I'm just Snazzy, but I'm not. Well, I'm going to be silly and be me. So I've done Snazzy number 1, Snazzy
Yeah.
number 2, and Snazzy number 3.
Perfect.
I am famous. I've got Snazzy number 14. That was one of the early works.
Fantastic. I love it.
Come across number Snazzy number 263. I saw Snazzy when she was just starting.
I did. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Sorry, guys, got tied up there a little bit. Got my throat there a little bit. Now, I just want to reiterate to you guys while you're listening in here, please, 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 please. Snazzy, she's a lovely lady, and she was an art teacher, and she's got 5-year-olds and things like that. Picasso, when he first started out, when he was a master, Picasso said if he was always spending his time trying to figure out how to get the inspiration and enthusiasm of a 5-year-old, or I'm paraphrasing there, but along those lines. The craft and art is simple, guys. Anyone can learn how to do a beautiful face, a beautiful horse, or a beautiful landscape. There's a paint by numbers technique to make anything through a step-by-step process, and it's totally possible. What no one can teach you is the ability to find joy, inspiration, and fulfillment through the process. And when I say the enthusiasm of a 5-year-old, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. No one can teach you how to have fun while you do it. You need to figure that out for yourself. And if you get that, that is the most potent thing that you could take away from it. The most potent thing. And so many of us have that enthusiasm, that joy when we do it, and then say, oh, but I'm not an artist because it doesn't look good. Trust me, if you've got the enthusiasm and the passion, it's so easy to learn the craft. You get an art room full of people, everyone's kind of learned the craft and things like that, and you wonder why everyone doesn't become artists, because they're all doubting their ability to express themselves and feel. You've got feelings. Your feelings are valid, they're relevant, and if you want to express them and show them to connect with other people, if it's just craft standing in your way, life's going to be easy. So easy. Oh my God. If only craft was the only thing standing in your way. Anyway. Coming back in here. Hey guys. Okay. Did I miss anyone's comment in there? Movember moustache, yes indeed. Indeed. To the left. Miss it. Anyway. That's why I like those paint and sip classes. Especially when the guy hosting them gets a bit silly, throws paint all over the place, and just makes his work or her work not look so crazy pretty. And the goal behind that, the cool thing about that, is that actually you get the ability to paint whatever you want and not feel judged or exposed in the classroom because the silliest work's been done by the instructor. I love that. And yeah, people are saying keep the mustache. We're going to go next. Up there. Some mid-ground tones. I sort of want a pastel. This one here. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of this. Yeah, the problem is giving that answer in painting when you say, have the enthusiasm of a 5-year-old, focus on on expressing yourself over what perfect creation you make. It sounds like a cop-out, as if we're lying to you, as if, no. that's just to make me feel good even though I'm bad. No, it's because if you don't start with that as your foundation, there's the risk that you'll never actually get it going forward. And you get these people who have the most beautiful craft, but no passion, love and expression behind it. Don't risk that. Yes, sorry, this is my full-time job. I'm a painter. So you can find everything on the link in the bio. And this picture here in particular, this one's going to the fantastic man and lady who who box the work to send overseas. So if you've had an original and it's arrived in a box with fragile stickers on it with Seb Gower art written on the box, it was Michael, this man's dad. And so Michael said for his son's 21st, he wanted a picture of his son and their dog when they were both younger, when the dog was with them. And so that's what we're doing today. Fun way to spend a Sunday. Anyway, coming back to what we're supposed to be doing. Colbat turquoise, here we go. Yeah. But I hope I made that clear as well. Can't scream that out enough. Like, you get all the masters, Van Gogh, Picasso, making all these quotes about expressing yourself, seeing beauty, and they were expert craftsmen. But why would all of them feel like the heart of meaning behind every painting wasn't the craft? And then for us to think that that's the thing you need before you can start. That craft will be the thing you need before you can start. It's paradoxical. It's not sensical. It's all about, literally, all about the heart. It sounds so cheesy. Corny answers are usually correct though. Anyway, let's get some Colbat turquoise and a little bit of water for pastel. Hey, how you doing? She's got her headphones in. All right. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, let's get a little bit of this into here. There we go. Now, aside from the other layers, guys, we're now in the transparency session. So as we add these colors down and dabble them over the top, they are going to see other colors underneath them. Paulo, Harry, and okay, cool. So, a couple of things. First off, this is Orewa in New Zealand. So you're looking at a beach in the north of Auckland, which was just the perfect place to stop by today. In terms of the sunglasses, we talked about this earlier. They help me see the entire thing as pink, so that way I can focus on the other colors, thinking there's enough pink. Here's an example. Voila, that's what I see. That's what actually exists. Hey guys, how are we doing?
Hey.
Enjoying a walk down the beach today?
Yes.
Absolutely lovely day for it, isn't it? But fun, isn't it? See you later. Lots of crazy paint, huh? Here we go. Let's sneak a little bit more down here. Perfecto. Yes, Orewa was the most amazing place. Let's come up here a little bit. There was one other question there that I missed. Yes, canvas doesn't fly off. Sorry, scrolling backwards and forwards to try and keep up. The canvas doesn't fly away, and the reason it doesn't fly away is because of this bungee here. So to save from the wind, I've got like a little drill piece that I wind into the ground and put a bungee cord on that pulls the easel into the ground. So the wind on the bigger canvases, still a definite risk. For this size, it would need to be a super powerful gust to catch it and actually holds everything in spot, and we're golden. Yeah, this area here, Orewa, this beach, this whole place with the surf club, the cafes, the restaurants, beautiful place. The community here is absolutely fantastic. And I'm about to start a family myself, and this place is absolutely abundant with senior citizens and families, young families and the eldest generation of families. So it's a wonderful, wonderful place. I'm incredibly lucky to be living here, guys. Incredibly lucky. Well, not in Orewa, but around this area. There we go. With a few little spots. But this is really the only surf beach you can come to in Auckland, at least on the east coast. There we go. Wonderful. Lovely. Jumping here, the popper colours, yeah, it's pretty fun. The lavenders, it's funny you say lavender. Yes, the lavender's making the painting. I can't see the lavender. I see, it turns out like a purpley colour, which makes me see a whole bunch of purple over the picture, which is good because, like I say, that's why we're doing this. And you'll see me prioritise colours differently in this work. If you did want to see a match in terms of colour palette, remember that big face that I did, the massive portrait in the reel? It wasn't a live session, but it was a massive portrait of a guy wearing a beanie. Kind of abstract, kind of messy. In that picture, it's quite funny, in that picture I was wearing the glasses as well. And you can see that actually the colours that come out are a little bit similar. They're a little bit similar. So that plays into it just a wee bit. Facts. There we go. Whip that around through there just a little bit. And there a little bit. Dog's looking great. Dog's looking exactly as we want them to look. And then we're probably going to sneak, yeah, a little bit down through there. Beautiful. Bear with me for a second, guys. I'm just going to do the edges of this canvas just a little bit. With this pastel turquoise. Just splash it around here. Let it take some predominance up the side. Lovely. And then down here a wee bit. Not a whole lot, but I'm doing the sides because this one's going to have a floating frame on it, which wants to be off the picture by about a quarter of an inch. So you'll be able to see down these sides, but not a whole lot of detail, but enough that you want a little bit of colour creeping around as you see down the sides. G'day guys, how are we doing? Didn't even notice the yellow at first. Yeah, yellow's pretty predominant. But like Victoria says, the pink's really, even with me seeing extra pink, really predominant in this picture. Why am I seeing so much pink? Why am I excited about that pink colour for this picture? I don't know. I like it. It always pops. Always pops. Just gonna put more of this around here. Beautiful. And come the whole way down. Splash, splash, splash. Lovely. Coming all the way down the bottom. Go on then. Beautiful. We're making good ground here, team. And he says I'll lift this off here. Yeah. No, we've done good. So I'll put this up in the middle here, over that area, and just put some more love up into this corner. Turquoise is going to show up. Pink is an amazing colour. Pink is an absolutely incredible colour. Makes such a difference. Such a difference. I think a lot of people shy away from it, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Let it morph my paintings, baby. Let it happen. There we go. I'm going to be quite ruthless with this white. Let it really jump out across this canvas. It's going to be quite fun. Yeah. G'day, mate. How we doing? Good. Enjoy your walk. Hello there. What have we got? A piece of art. That's fantastic. Are you coming down here to paint too, are you?
No, I wish no, it looks very nice.
Oh, thank you very much. Have you purchased that today, have you?
Got to get down to market, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep, market, yeah.
Pretty wholesome team. They've, sort of cool. We're down here at the beach. The gentleman there, I'll spin around just quickly, guys. We'll go like this. He's got himself a, you can see that, a canvas that he purchased down at the markets today. Absolutely phenomenal. There'll be some happy artists at the market. I'll just take you for a spin here, guys. You ready? Let's go for a spin together, around in a big circle. So this is Orewa Beach. We're gonna go for a swim later. Not right now, but a swim later. People down the beach everywhere in that direction. And we're just perched right here in the center. There we go. Bang. Sights of New Zealand. Sights of New Zealand. What a place, guys. What an absolutely phenomenal place. If you get a chance to come to New Zealand, don't do it for a week. Don't do like a quick fire visit. Actually come and stay here for a period. You know, when I say a period, I mean like 21 days. 21 days to not just see the culture and suddenly, you know, spot check it, but immerse yourself in it. Do that for me. I know it can be tough with a budget and things, and getting away from life for that long can be really, really tough. But if you're able to do it, New Zealand's one of those places that deserves it because you'll actually see so much. It'll have such a profound impact on you and the way you see this world. This little jumped up small island. The population of Chicago hanging out here in the middle of the Pacific. There's 5 million people roughly here. Got no business being so well known on the world stage. But here we are. Beautiful, and then there's a little mug I want to capture here just with a few. Sorry guys, bear with me. There we go. Hey guys, how we doing?
Oh, yep, doing good.
That's good, good to hear.
Nice painting you're doing.
Thank you very much, I appreciate that. No. The problem with going for a swim on the live is then I leave all the camera equipment and the art here. That is a recipe for disaster. And plus, then I'll be soaking wet, having to carry it all back. So, I'll take all the stuff back to the house, and then, once it's all back and safe and sound, I'll come on down for a swim. I think that's the most constructive way to go around this, I reckon. You see that breeze coming through? Whipping past me. I think it's largely unaffected. That's what we're after. There we go. Spots like that, combine this, get a more of a lime green lovely colour. Where are we going to go with this? Just up through here. Just a few little touches. And then popping into here, a low, just like that. And up in here. Beautiful. We done yet? Just scanning over the work, scanning over it. What else is awesome? There we go. Perfect. Oh, thanks, Jay. Good to have you here, Jay Rays. I will do hybrid. I will do. Dun, 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 dun. Where's the Corona? That's a good question. That's a good question. Not here. Not here, and that's on me. Let's grab a bit of this. There we go. Last colour off the rank's going to be delicate. It's a little bit brighter there. There we go. Let's get in there. There we go. What's happening there? Perfect. Fantastic. Lovely, team. All right, squad. We're getting towards the finishing motions on this painting. Almost exactly where we want it to be, which is pretty exciting. Finishing motions. This one down here. Lovely. All right. All right, all right, all right. You're retiring. It's just like Tom Brady. If you say you're retiring, you'll be just like Tom Brady on the beach. I fully get that. But hopefully with art, you can just go indefinitely. You know, make artwork well into your 70s. Unlike an athlete, you don't have to quit. You can just keep going and going and going. Evolving your art style. Changing the work, changing you, trying to make people happy. It's a noble cause. One that I'd be pretty proud to be a part of for the next. I'm 30 right now, so how many years is that? 40 years. Sign me up. And at the end of it, it'd be pretty cool if my grandkids sat down and were like, you know what? He did his best. He did his best. That'd be pretty cool. I'd back that. There we go. Alright. So you get a bit more up here into the, just up in here and touch the painting there. Just fix that. There we go. Just up in here, this one's a bit more love. Spots. We're not going to use the image for this. This is very, very craft based. Here we go. A little bit of this. Beautiful. A little bit more. There. And a few little dabs. That wood's really picking up. But like I say, that bungee is holding everything in place. Luckily. Here we go. A bit more of this. There we are. Just going to dabble a little bit more over there and in there. Lovely. Step back for a moment. Excuse me while I just size it up. We're going to add a little bit more. Are we? Let me just stand back for a moment, team. I'll tell you what. I'll take you with me. Ready? So here's what we're doing. And I'll take off the glasses now so we can do this together. I'll leave this brush tucked in here. Okay. Here's what we do. So when we're trying to figure out where the painting's finished, there's two spots to do it. So we talk about the 50-50 rule. It's going to seem weird to come this far back. 50-50 rule. 50% we want it to be wild paint, and 50% we want it to be somewhat of the likeness of the picture we're after. And so from this distance, about 20 feet, we want to stand back and look at it and think, can we see the rough idea of a sort of background with some sort of structure, a character with maybe something in his hands, and then a dog of some view. And when we stand back here and look at that, if I just say, yeah, there we go. So we can see that. And then the next trick, this is the next step. I'll see you in a bit, Ashley. Ashley, thanks for joining. When we come to this stage, here we go, perfect. This stage, a little bit clearer, but then when I come forward a bit more, you come to here, it wants to start losing the visual experience you were having and not completely absorbing itself in paint just yet, but as you come to this point, it starts to feel like, although you can see the boy and the dog closer, the paint starts to take control and you can start to see strokes breaking the image down, fighting for their own little bit of expression. And then when I bring you forward again, let's come forward to here, so the artwork consumes most of the photo. There we go. Now at this point here, you're 1 meter off the work. And suddenly, at this point, there should be a 50-50. This is a very, very important point. If you're a meter away from it, there should be 50% image trying to resemble itself, and 50% paint just being wild and expressive and crazy. And if you can cut that line in the middle from this step, it's perfect. And the last test, this is one of my favorite ones. We're going to go on the dog for this one. When we go up super close here, we want to completely lose the dog and just see wild paint. Oh, sorry, losing my voice there a little bit with the wind. Okay, well the last step, we come right up close and we want to completely lose the dog, lose context, lose everything, and just see wild, crazy paint. So up close, all context is lost, all bets are off. It's absolutely crazy and wild and expressive. Paint being primal and just completely unbridled and expressive. And then to move back out, one step, the 1 meter step, it's a 50-50. 50% wild paint, 50% representation. As we move back another step, representation with the insinuation that the paint's wild. And then we move back another step to the 20 feet mark, and there's an image there. You can't really tell that it's wild, but you can make out a character and a dog. Perfect. That's the step-by-step that we go through. And so at a very basic level, we're talking about 50% to wild paint and 50% to representation. And if you can thread that needle, that's the goal. That's the goal. Now, let me see here. How long have we been on for? I was told to be here. I assigned 90 minutes. So we're supposed to have 90 minutes here together. How are we doing? What's our time at? I've got just a little bit more to add into these top parts here. Yeah, that wants some love in there and there. So I'm going to grab another plate and play around a little bit more. Yeah, LJ, the mustache. What a weapon. And oh, I'm so glad I was looking for this, Chad. And sorry about the speaker, guys, it keeps falling over there a little bit. That should improve it. Why aren't dentures called substitutes? Question is, are we going to go for burnt sienna as a last little touching colour in a few of those spots? I think burnt sienna is actually a good move here. Burnt sienna with a soft body or a hard body though? We're going to go for hard body so it stays in form. Yeah, honestly, LJ, it's cool. It looks like it's got a lot of upkeep, and a lot of the time we fantasize over having a giant house, and honestly, I think if you were actually living in that, you'd end up having a roster of people, someone doing the vacuuming, someone doing this, someone doing that, and sometimes it's quite cool. One of my favourite, most homely things that I find is a beach house. You know, something 70s, retro, where the chairs still have that Art Deco, not the fancy Art Deco movement that occurred, but like the off-shot, fashion that actually reached the middle and lower class at that period of time. Those chairs, love those, put those in a beach house. The old school style curtains, maybe some new carpet, but nothing too fancy, just so you can lay down inside and enjoy the beautiful warmth of the place when the sun's too hot. Anyway, what I'm saying is sometimes we let our circumstances or our ability to afford something skew our opinions on what we actually want. And if you did have all the money in the world, would you actually live in a mansion with 20 rooms? Would that be kind of scary at night? I think you'd probably opt for something far more wholesome, and you'd start actually talking less about, how big the house is, and more about where the house is or what kind of view it has. What do you want to wake up to and see? Yes, that one does have a nice view, but beachfront property has shot up in expense, but I feel like the novelty of that house has very, very little to do with a third and fourth story. I think it's more to do with the fact that it's on a beautiful beach. Fill the rooms with art. Yes, 100%, John. I agree with that 100%. If you're building a massive art collection, or you just keep seeing things that inspire you, having a lot of wall space is fantastic. But and this isn't saying that a big house is a bad thing either. Big house, lots of rooms, games rooms, art rooms, whatever it is you need, totally. But don't let what you can reach influence what you want to reach. It's okay. Like for me, honestly, guys, little secret about me, I absolutely love an American dive bar. We don't have those in New Zealand the same way. Where you walk up to the bar and you can talk to anyone, and they have that unique smell to them. All the beer's cheap. It's okay. And sports on the TVs, sports that I don't know, but everyone's excited about them. And they've got the same menu, even though they're all different dive bars. It's like chips, wings, burgers. And there's a certain sense of security that I like in those places, that I'm comfortable that I know what I'm in for. And it's a beautiful culture shock for a Kiwi to see a dive bar. It's like something, I love it. I personally love it. So I suppose for the Americans, you live with them all the time, so the novelty's not there for you guys. But for me, I love these things. I really do. It's so novel to think that you go to a place and strangers coerce. In New Zealand, you can't do that. You don't just start a conversation with a stranger in a bar. It's not really the done thing. But in a dive bar, it's encouraged, and I didn't realise this the first time I went to the States. I was very surprised when I went to a bar, and suddenly I sat at it, and everyone wanted to talk to me because of my weird accent, and I was very much confused. But what I'm saying is, it's a culture shock. It's a great culture shock. It's not novel for you guys, maybe. I love them to bits. I love the culture, American culture. And And watching everyone get really excited about sports, it's always fun. I don't get so much passionate about sports myself, but I love watching other people get passionate about something. Like, you may not want to paint, but you can totally feed off my passion for painting. That's like me with people who like sports. I'm like, I'm not really that into this, but I'm so excited you are. Yes, yeah, 100% John. I didn't, you know, you go into a bar and you say, can I have a this with your accent? It's a conversation starter. I obviously figured that out after a few dive bars. I think it was probably from a Google search actually. Been like, people come talk me in bars, why? America. And then you probably saw something from Little Planet or something that was like, yes, if you're not from America, expect this to happen. This is part of the culture. And now it's one of my favourite things about America. When it was a big surprise at the time. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. Americans do love their sports. I love American passion. I love American passion. When Americans like something, they're passionate about it. They're not afraid to say they're passionate about it. And they love it and talk about it unapologetically. And that is something that instead of saying, I know a lot of people around the world are like, when they see that, they're like, oh, it's obnoxious. It's like, no, it's not obnoxious. It's something to be learned from. That someone can have passion or like something and be so comfortable to talk about it. How many artists do you talk to who shrink within themselves and don't want to open up and talk and say what they like or what their style is or what inspires them? If only that artist could have the passion of an American to talk about whatever they're interested in. Now, I know I'm putting all Americans into the same box, but that confidence that Americans have in a dive bar situation to start a conversation and talk to a stranger and be seen and to listen, that's commendable, and we need to learn from that. At least in New Zealand, we need to learn from that, I believe. There we go. Sneak around here. Perfect. Hey guys, how are we doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastically. Good day for a walk, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
The day for walking and painting, I reckon.
Beautiful.
I'm not far off leaping in the water. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Pretty colourful.
Yes,
The picture emerges the closer you get. Like,
Yes, yeah.
it almost looks abstract from back there, and then the child and
It-
the dog comes.
It wants to be yeah, there you go. It wants to be about 50% guys. So
Yeah.
50% wild paint and 50%, actually capturing the picture.
Yeah.
So that way, just like you had just then, where you sort of think, oh, is that what? You know, and you actually, that allure comes in, you get drawn in. It doesn't give it away too fast. But if it gets too real, you think, oh, I'd prefer the photo. And if it gets too wild, you're like, I don't know what that is. I'm not creative. You know what I mean? You know, like,
Scribble.
it's, you know, when you see abstract, you sort of, it feels like it's gatekeeping. Like there's a meeting, but you wouldn't understand it. You know?
Even its mate looks good.
Oh, that's a.
I even like that.
Of course you love this plate. This is a.
With the paint all over it
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, but this is a Denby. Of course you like this plate.
Oh,
Do you know Denby?
no.
Oh, Denby's a classic here in New Zealand.
Is it?
Yeah, but I wash these, so
Oh, but that looks pretty cool too.
it's good. It's good looking paint.
Yeah.
You put them in the sink afterwards, and you soak them. And so if you put them in the sink and soak them, you take all the paint off and you keep reusing it. But it's much better than a palette.
Oh, really?
I don't like palettes because it hurts your thumb, and it also the good thing about it is you can keep reusing the porcelain. If the glaze is good, paint just comes off it and comes off it, and it doesn't dry onto it when you're working with it. It's amazing stuff. I don't know why every artist is using it.
Yeah, I get what you mean, and that's the same.
Yeah, come on.
Railing.
Yes, yeah, I'll tell you what, guys. I've got the picture down here. I'm just doing some final little touch-ups.
Yeah.
But this is, I know this is from Briscoe's. It costs $30, but I really like it because you can go mixing your colours across each stage. Yeah.
So true.
Oh, that's really clever.
So it's a little bit.
Sitting on the outside.
He's outside. I think this is in Bali, those sort of like more bamboo-y structures sort of thing going on there.
Wow. It's very, very.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, guys.
Okay.
Lovely for you guys to come along. What lovely people. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so that's a funny thing. That's why I'm wearing pink glasses. See, I'm obsessed with pink. Obsessed with it. And so I wear salmon glasses, see this Elton John glasses, and it makes the work for me look like it's got covered in pink, like it's properly purple for me right now. So then I put more yellows and blues into it. So when I take it off, it's more balanced.
Wow.
And so a lot of artists say you shouldn't do that. You should, match the colours exactly.
No way.
I want to have a set of glasses. I go, oh,
Try your glasses.
yeah, try those on.
You try
Try those
mine.
on.
See what you think of that.
Oh, I love these. These are very fun. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
My name's Seb. Oh, these are good, aren't they? Wow, these are lovely to walk in.
These are, this, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of the body of visual, it's not me.
So when you put those on, suddenly all those pinks somewhat disappear to a
Yes.
degree, and you start thinking, oh, more blues and yellows.
Yes, yes.
And that's what you need, rather than actually trying to recalibrate
Very
yourself.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun one, isn't it?
It is a fun one.
Here we go.
There you go. That's
It's Seb
interesting.
Gower.
Okay.
And that's, yeah.
So what's your background? How did you come to do this?
I've always done painting since I was a little tacker, and my mum was very, very supportive, and she wasn't a painter, but
you picked up and
she encouraged me to do it through high school, and then we went to university for it, and then one thing led to another, and you start doing it.
So did you do an arts degree?
I did. I started doing fine arts,
Yeah.
and then I moved into art history.
Aye.
Yeah, and I loved art history and philosophy, which turned out to be more helpful than any of them in terms of actually becoming a painter.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing with the hard skills, you can always learn those. There's amazing videos on YouTube for it.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to know why to paint, or who to paint for, or what should be painted in the first, like, what should you paint? So
Yeah.
art history sort of teaches you that, because
Yeah.
like,
It's quite good to have that art history thing.
Oh,
and mix it up
absolutely.
like this, because some people are quite single-minded about art.
oh, Seb, and then
Gower.
Yeah, I couldn't think
oh,
how to spell
W-E, there we go, Seb Gower Art.
it. Okay.
You've got me.
123,000 followers.
Yeah, people love colourful pictures.
Wow.
But that's,
Are you
I
from
love-
Auckland?
I'm from Auckland now because I chased a girl up here. So she lived in
We're
Auckland.
thinking we want to bring you into our daughter's life. We've got girls in our 20s. We're like, oh, we want to keep you
We've only
around.
got two now.
We've got two single
Two
ones.
out.
Yes.
Yeah, two single ones.
But you've got a partner, that's right. We'll
No,
let
I,
you know.
Partner now.
I came up here for the partner. I'm usually from the Bay of Plenty.
He's lonely.
Oh,
And,
it's Tauranga.
Yeah, I love the Bay of Plenty.
And
Love
are you
it.
still with the partner?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, it's ticking along very well. Yeah.
We thought that wasn't going to end well.
I'm sorry, guys.
Have you done acting?
Acting,
Yeah.
a touch and go. No, I'm an artist through and through. But
You look like Matt Damon.
Yeah,
or,
I know.
You know, like you
Oh,
could be in a
jeepers.
movie with Gwyneth Paltrow
Oh,
or,
you've got a...
but
I mean, a younger version.
That's good. Actually, do you want to see a picture of these girls?
Oh
Sister?
my
no. I've got a baby due in. I've got a baby that's 15
Oh,
weeks
no,
in the
we're
womb.
not gonna make it then.
When's your baby due?
We have
The baby's due on May the 4th, which I love because it's a Star Wars reference. But it's a 5% chance it lands on that day, but I hope it does. May the 4th.
My
So,
baby was due on my birthday, and then she actually was born on my birthday.
oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
You haven't got your partner in the art.
Something
She's actually, we did a gender reveal recently where we popped paint on a canvas, which was pink or blue. So we threw darts at balloons, which popped and did that. But yeah,
When people do gender reveals,
yeah.
do the parents both know what gender is? 'Cause they
All right,
always
so
look
I got it.
surprised when they.
Well, I got it sent to my best friend. So the midwife sent the facts to my best friend, who then knew, who then chose the balloons, and
So you didn't.
so we didn't know.
I
No.
always wondered how the parents act so surprised.
Yes.
Right, so they send it right. That's the gender of
Hmm.
Wow.
Fun times.
We're just laughing.
Your partner's
Yeah.
not on here.
I bet she's stunning.
She's
Is she?
Jeepers right there. There we go. That's the gender reveal.
Oh, what's it down here?
That was down here. Yeah.
Oh, how lovely.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
So is that how you guys first met? Is it a girl?
It's a girl, baby girl.
Who did the?
There's
Who,
lots of pink, so you'll be happy.
that's. But boys can wear pink.
Boys
Do you
can wear
wear a lot
pink.
of pink?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
boys-
Pink's the new black.
My partner is 82. He wears a lot of
He
pink.
suits pink.
He does suit pink.
Yeah. Can you believe she's got an 82-year-old partner?
Oh,
She's way too young.
you wouldn't be a day over 50,
I know.
right?
You, she is 72.
No, you're not.
73.
No, you're not.
Yes,
Oh,
Yeah.
you must get all sorts of trouble when you go into a restaurant trying to get gold card discounts. They'll say, there's no way. Show us some ID.
Stella wouldn't bat an eyelid. Stella, the 14-year-olds a year, whatever, they would accept it. But yeah, oh, yeah, he has been a compliment because we've been so close.
Well, lovely to meet the three of you. I might see you around again. Catch you later.
All the best with your little baby.
Oh, thank you so much.
Have you named her?
Not yet, not yet. But we'll do it on, we'll put it on Instagram. You'll see it.
Follow her.
See ya. All right. Let's get some black in here. Sorry, brown. They were lovely people. Let's get some in here. I probably should have told them that the live stream was rolling, but it sort of just went from conversation to conversation, and then I forgot to mention it. And but we're here now. We're here now. And yes, I love gouache paint. Gouache paint. This is with acrylic paints. We're outside painting, but I absolutely love. Let me just spin this a little bit. There we go. We get that proper lighting on it. Bring this over here. There we go. Move that to there. That's where we want you. Fantastic. I absolutely love the paint that I make for myself, which involves using gouache paint. Gouache paint. G'day guys, how are we doing? That's good. Good day for a walk, isn't it?
Well, it is. You've got an artist here as well.
Yeah.
See what this gentleman is.
Careful, I'm charging for my wares.
Oh, yeah?
I hope you bought a card.
Bring a trainer if you like. You cash on it.
Dear. What's that, sorry? Oh, it's a perfect day to do it. And outside's great because it makes the paint dry quite fast as well. Yeah, and you keep the fumes outside as well. You're not in a little closed space. Water-based? Yes, it's all water-based. You could eat this paint, but I wouldn't encourage it. It's all non-toxic and things, but yeah.
So why the beach? Just because?
Why the beach? Oh, I just love the attention. No, the beach is fantastic here. I like it. Personally, I wish the sun was on the other side so you could face the ocean while you paint. But typically I like getting out in some form of nature. And when the day's like this and the sea's back, I want to be on the beach. But sometimes when the coast's in, the best place to go is down to Wendouree, around this area.
Stunningly beautiful.
And then the problem with this whole area of North Auckland is there's no 5G. And I like good reception. So Albany, there's a few parks around there, around where the Bunnings is. That's a good park through there if you want to get some good reception. And then apart from that, take me over to any of the coast, Mercer Bay, Piha. Take me somewhere fun, you know. Put me out in nature.
Well, this is 5G, so
You've got 5G?
yeah, you better move it this way.
Yeah. That's 4 feet that way. I can only get 4G. You're beating me big time.
Take care.
You too as well.
You got an Apple or Samsung?
That's my problem. I'm on a Samsung. Oh, well, I've learnt my lesson now, haven't I? Oh, jeepers creepers. Catch you guys. Here we go. All right, so we are closing in though, team, on the finishing pieces of this painting with this last colour, but we do keep getting sidetracked. There we go. Just some last little points, especially up and around here. Very, very, at this point in time, they've got very, 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 very transparent. And we're just spotting areas that we think we want to make pop with just a bit of extra tone. And just adding over the top, seeing where it takes us. And then I've got to go out into the big bad world. Got some works to ship tomorrow. Gutted that one of them's leaving. One of the pieces I keep inside my foyer that's been there for a long while. A guy he was in California, showed interest in it. And I was like, oh, yes, yep, I will sell that one. But then I went to the original person who was interested in buying it. I said, hey, look, just letting you know, this one's looking, I'm going to start showing this work to someone to sell. He's interested in it. He's looking to buy it. And he said, no, I'm taking it. So anyway, I've lost it. It was hibiscus, which sort of breaks my heart because I really, really enjoyed having that surfboard piece inside the house. So the next stage to do is going to be to go to surfboard piece inside the house. The next stage is to probably, I'm thinking of doing not a response piece to hibiscus, but another piece with hibiscus being the first one of the series. Maybe a giant lily or some sort of blue flower, and doing it on another surfboard, but this time a longer surfboard, maybe just a singular flower on a long surfboard with more focus on stem. I'm not sure, but this is me fantasizing because I want to do something to compete with the withdrawals of losing hibiscus. So that's the plan. That's the plan. So if you see me painting a surfboard down at this beach, you'll be like, okay, I know what's happened. He's put hibiscus in a box, he's sent it off, and now he's getting lonely. Because projects like that one that have such a special story behind them, they're quite, I know it sounds cheesy when you get attached to artwork as an artist, but they're quite hard to see go. Especially when you have, if the artwork doesn't leave your home straight away and it stays in your home for a while, you do become somewhat attached to it. It becomes part of the environment that you're comfortable in. And so it gets a bit tough when, especially with this piece, which has been in my home for 5 months now, to think, all right, it's time for it to go. And it's like, oh, but does it have to? Can it stay? But anyway. I'll never make another one. But I may be able to make something new. But that's sort of the traumatic thing. It's kind of like a breakup. Because with a breakup, yeah, of course you know you can find something new. But you know you're never going to find another one exactly like that. And that's kind of tough. Because even though you don't want that, you know, the reason why you're breaking up, of course, it's still something that it's a pill you have to swallow that's now gone anyway. It's tough, and yeah, cool. 4 ranch statements. I'm not following. What's happening here? Done in Bali. Yes, Steve, it was done in Bali. So the picture was a flower that had been painted by a local man in a hotel on Nusa Lembongan. And we bought the board. I was with Shelby at the time. We went to a surf shop in Uluwatu, and it was the owner's board. He'd had it for 12 years, and it was like it was something really precious to him, but he'd now put it up for sale. And I bought the board, but it was so important to him. We took a photo with the board with him to say, hey, look, it's on its way now, and these are the ones taking it. And we took that board to Nusa Lembongan, which is an island off the east of Bali. And when we were on that island, I was still wondering what was going to go on the board. I was thinking maybe a water scene, a reflection scene. I had no idea. And I went to Nusa Lembongan, and in the hotel room, the B&B thing we checked into, turned out on the wall was this hand-painted hibiscus flower by another artist. a local guy who hadn't really intended to make a giant piece of very fancy fine art, but he'd done it with these just simple popping colours. And I thought, that's the inspiration right there. We're going to do a flower. We're going to do a big hibiscus flower. And so we painted that onto the board, and it slowly came to life layer after layer. And we travelled all around Nusa Lembongan, Nusa Penida, Java, which is to the west of Bali, and all over Bali to the north of Bali, and back down to Uluwatu, and then on the plane to New Zealand. And the board came the whole way and got coats on it the whole way up Bromo, Mount Bromo, the big volcano in Indonesia. And then now it's back in New Zealand. The coats between these layers of epoxy and between each layer of paint, you can see the layers. And for me, I'm not quite sure what piece of paint belongs to which area in Indonesia, but it's fun to fantasize or consider what strokes were done where in the world as this thing built up through layers on its journey. So, love that. Anyway, I get romantic about that piece, but it is leaving, so I need to grow up. Anyway, let's get a little bit through there. I want to get something a little more pale. Got 2 more colours to go. Here we go. Not that one. Let's get a little bit of this. There we go. Strong blue. And then I want just a wee bit of white. Here we are. Perfect. Hello, how we doing? And this, Kirsty, this is North Auckland on the beach. Lovely spot. Beautiful day for it. Amazingly still. We've had a little bit of wind here and there, but actually on the whole, it's just a beautiful, beautiful day. So we're incredibly lucky in that sense. It's been a while since we've done it, but -5, I feel for you, but I'll take you for a spin. So this is down the west way of the beach. Down the end there, the beach stops and turns into a little lagoon, where it just turns around to the left there. But then the peninsula, there's a very interesting bay. Very, very flat beach. It continues out flat for an incredibly long way. So it doesn't get deep fast, which is great because it makes sharks not such a concern. But you can see it's sheltered this whole way along as this tongue or this hook comes the whole way out this way. That's the beach out here, all the way out there. I think that's Great Barrier Island for New Zealand. Great Barrier or Coral, I forget. Don't quote me on that, I'm confused. And then spinning around a little bit further, again, there's that protection in this bay that I talk about. Because you've got, again, this tongue of a peninsula that comes out and protects this side as well. So 2 things coming around each side, and then down this far side here, this is where most of the people are. This is where most of our walking traffic comes from. Down this side of the beach, it'll just look like little pins for you, way down the distance, but they are the surf clubs down there, surfing flags, and so a lot of them will be way down there enjoying the surf on that point. The ones that come this way are the ones who are walking. So they're walking dogs, they're going for a wander. There's a cafe down at that end that a few of them are going to. But we're just getting the foot traffic. Well, most of the people who have come down to the beach will go down to that end where there is lifeguards, where there is a surf scene going on and things like that. So let me spin this around here. Come on back here. There we go. Bring you back to this. Fantastic. That's where we want you. Awesome. The temperature. It's a good question. The temperature's like, jeepers guys, you're testing me. It's actually not as hot as, you know, if you were around for the train painting, we were working on a piece of New Orleans, Mardi Gras, and it was a big piece, and the train on that day was, it went from really cold to way too hot. In fact, you can actually see me, I wasn't burning, but I was turning such into such a tomato. The heat was just nuts. Right now it's very manageable. Now UV rays, especially here in New Zealand, will be off the yin yang, and there's the girl. My baby mama says it's 20 degrees Celsius. There's the word. All right, 20 degrees Celsius, team. That's where we're at. Now let's get a little bit of clear painting medium, and this is going to turn into, it's a blackish blue, so when I add the white into it, it's going to go bluish grey. Bluish grey, very, very transparent, and just getting some of those bamboo stick lines coming up here. And then we'll see where that takes us. But honestly, guys, it's been a really, first off, I've seen a few weird comments in here. That happens. Jay, you're an absolute legend for looking after us on that. But on the whole, guys, this has been a really wholesome session. From a sole trader business perspective, I've got very little done, but that's just like Taika Waititi, if that's how you say it. The guy who did the director for Thor was talking. He said sometimes writing is as simple as sitting down in front of a laptop, opening the screen, looking at it, beating yourself up for 8 hours, closing the screen and calling it a day's work. Painting's not too different. And actually, in some ways, the fact that every time we add some paint to this piece, it's heading in the right direction, that's pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely, guys, that's totally fair. In fact, let's do a step further with that, because when we say see the painting through my glasses, I'll bring you around to face the painting so you actually see it from a front-on perspective, because I've been doing it from a side perspective and it's not really that fair on you. So here we go, bring you in here. So you're on front-on now. I'm going to lift you up a wee bit. There you go. So this is the painting. You're standing 2 meters back from it. So this is my hand on the painting. This is my hand on you. That's how far away you are away from it. These are my glasses. So what you're seeing right now is a whole lot of yellows and blues. They're what stand out. These are the glasses. These are pink, and sorry for the ones who have heard the speech a few times now, but it's kind of cool though, isn't it? Anyway, the pink, arguably more salmon. These are going to make it seem really pink, and the reason that wants to happen is it means that all those pinks will look oversaturated, so then we focus more on the blues and the yellows. Let's do it. Ready? Okay, regular painting, 3, 2, 1, pop. There we go. So the whole thing gets this, now the camera tries to adjust, but it all gets this salmon hue over the top. And so in my mind, instinctually as an artist, I suddenly think, oh, there's too much violet, too much maroon, too much magenta, too much pastel pinks. And so I start, as you can see, especially in these pastel yellows, see how I've just vastly over-intensified those pastel yellows to try and bring them out through my vision. And then when you come back into reality, pow. And we actually get quite nice colour balance. You see, the 3 primaries are in it. Red's definitely underrepresented. I just swapped out red for magenta, but the combination of yellow to magenta in this case, I'll substitute red, and blue, is near third. And that's really, really rare, because usually what happens, especially in my paintings, and if you've watched for a while you'll know this, but usually in my paintings I vastly under-prioritize yellow, because the colour bores me a little bit, because I feel like yellow is against other colours, or it gets overpowered in the scheme of adding on colours to it. So anyway, I did, and I've avoided red in this painting a lot. I've wanted to keep that pastel-y tone coming through it, but in terms of this painting here, it's definitely punching above its weight with its yellow palette, unlike most of the work we make on this channel. All right, okay, last little bit. Let's get our picture. A little bit of tape. Just saying earlier, I ran out of my usual artist tape, so we're using strapping tape, which is an okay alternative because it's not meant to be too sticky and doesn't leave behind residues, this type of tape. But it's not ideal for the situation, being that it's far too expensive for just putting a picture up. This is like good strapping tape, and it's pink as well, kind of funky. Anyway, Mitre 10, They sell funky pink tapes as well. I love those. I'm going to put it down this corner here because this corner here is complete. The strapping tape's not going to damage it. And just hold the work there for me, just like that. And then we're going to use those last bamboo poles up through here and do some quite big movements with the brush. Just get that last little expression into the picture. Just bring it over here so you can see that. Make painting with black and silver. You could. The thing with black and silver typically is metalwork's the most beautiful thing you could possibly see. But when it comes to a painting, although you can capture metal in silver, sometimes I ask myself, why not just have it as real, authentic, powerful metal rather than trying to imitate it? There's usually an answer to these questions, but I typically ask myself that question when I start adding in metallic liquids to the paint. But typically, bold, strong, glossy satin or matte pigments is where paint really comes into its own. Mixing, it does okay at mixing, but bold, strong pigments, that's where you're like, okay, painting really, acrylic is existing in a really interesting space. Photos do perfect gradients. They can capture every single pixel slowly changing from one to the other. But a painting, bold colors, that's where it exists. People will be like, oh, it can be so much more. It can do a lot of stuff. What does it do best? How do we really play to someone's strengths? Bold colors, a little bit of transparency. Photos can't really do transparency all that well. It's one flat layer of pixels, but we, through almost a 3D effect, can put layer after layer, coat after coat, on actually causing a 3D effect inside the painting through multiple transparent layers. There we go. Ooh, reposition mic. Is the mic doing us no favours as a team? Let me have a look-see at that. There we go. How are we doing? I'll tell you what, I can actually turn this here and we can turn the receiver gain up just a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And that should do us some immense favours. But you will hear, if I do that, you will hear slightly more wind. Ever so slightly. We'll take those off for the last little stretch. Just a bit. And up over here. Perfect. Here we go. Have you ever done any holiday paintings? Oh, John, did we do a holiday painting? I think we did. Would you call the July painting a holiday painting? This July being, we did a picture of Alexander the Great. And Alexander the Great was done for July, which was basically the idea was for July, to celebrate July, I asked, hey guys, what do we want to see? A historical figure, a pride flag. There was a whole bunch of ideas in a list, and everyone said historical figure was the one I remember them voting on, which was really cool. So I went through history and chose someone who I thought, who's going to be quite interesting to see in paint in an interesting way to represent July. And I chose Alexander the Great. Now, it's not fact, but Alexander the Great was suspected of having multiple male partners or not been interested in the wives who he was given during his period in reign or whatever. There's a few historians that believe there's a narrative surrounding Alexander the Great. Anyway, I thought they could be quite cool because, like Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great's a conqueror. He's done amazing things in terms of, brutal things, but he's commanded huge areas of territory and soldiers, and he is this epitome of would you call it success? I don't know if you'd call it success. What would you call what Alexander the Great did? Well, whether it was good or bad, you'd have to call it great. And whatever morality you put on it. Anyway, Alexander the Great was the choice. He painted him in these wonderful colours of pink and magenta, blues, and pastels. And it was his statue. So he was standing there in his statue form, but I didn't call the painting this, but I said it a lot while I was painting it. I called it soft stone. And because of the colours were these slow, wispy strokes, the stone felt soft, and you didn't see the idea of how, usually when you see a statue, there's this rock hard approach to it, but actually he looked more soft, more gentle, more less stoic and resilient. Still had that resilience, but less stoic and frozen, more sensitive and expressive and had more feeling. Anyway, but that was for July. I've never done a Christmas painting, I've never done a New Year's painting, a birthday painting. Maybe we need to do a Christmas one this year, maybe. Coming on back up here, yes, I am trying to grow a moustache, but it's for a special event we do here in New Zealand called Movember. So Movember, everyone in New Zealand tries to grow a moustache for a period of time. And during that period, you can grow your facial hair however you like. Some people grow full beards and things. I just grow just the moustache. And this is probably one of the first years, arguably, I've been able to grow it enough that someone can even notice that it's happening. So kudos to me that someone would be able to notice that I was growing facial hair. I'm 30 years old now. It took a long time, guys, but I'm excited to be here. I think that would be fun too. So at the moment for November, I've got the plan of I want to do the charity auction. But I'm trying to build the website facility to get it off the ground. So if that happens for November, that wants to be the plan there. But then for December, it could be fun in the art of painting and to the team to put it forward as a vote and say, all right, guys, what do we want to do to celebrate the holidays? The moustache. Yeah, well, John, I actually, I shaved to the skin everywhere else, and so it would have just blended in, but now that this is all clean shaven, this is probably popping off a little bit more now. But honestly, John, and everyone else, it is a mustache because it's on my upper lip. It's more just cute. Like, no one's looking at it being like, that man can grow a mo. They're like, oh, it's cute. Look at that young 20-year-old trying to grow some facial hair. There's a wrinkly 20-year-old if you ask me. Anyway. Okay, back on the job. There we go. Okay, team. We're just about there. I'm going to grab some of that. All right, get some here. There we go. go. All right, team. That's done and dusted. Oh, done and dusted. So let's peel that off gently. Last little few blue, it's a blue up there. Just the right amount of white. Touch around a few of these areas. The cup, the dog, and the boy. It's good. Wild but fun. Wild but fun. We will let this be. We will let this sit for the next how long? 2 or 3 days. And then probably on Wednesday, I'll go around and drop it off if it's finished. Otherwise, if you see it back up here on another live, I changed my mind. So we'll see how we go. Thanks, guys. You're absolute champions. Alexander Goodman. Who decides this is going to be their content? Honestly, this changes every single day. I've been getting some really good feedback. Steve, thank you very much regarding the stuff we've been doing in the studio. And yes, I do agree. I watched some of those replays and the lighting is absolutely cooked. That's because during the day when I'm there 9 to 5, the light's coming from behind me. And so it's making everything seem dark. So I'm going to get, I like the view of outside, but maybe a little bit of a drop off. So that way the light from inside hits the canvas and it's all golden. So with a bit of luck, we'll fix the inside stuff. Outside though, in terms of content, guys, you know it's the absolute Wild West. We could be at the beach, we could be in the forest, we could be anywhere. And that's the idea of lives. You get to sort of see what actually happens. This is how it works. Now, obviously, usually it's a Sunday, I'm a little more relaxed, so you can see, I'm not going to say lethargic, but there's definitely a relaxed style to our approach today. Other days, I'll put you back a little bit further and I'll attack it like an absolute madman, and you're going to see that, because yesterday, funny I say that, yesterday we used up a lot of mental energy doing the dancer. You're absolute champions, guys. The dancer, Project Dancer, if you've been in the Art of Painting broadcast, it's a solo, masculine, male, modern dancer. And I spoke with some amazing people. A couple of guys, a guy called Gil, an amazing dancer, a couple of other dancers, about their technique and how they go about doing dancing, how they feel, what brings them into the moment, and what's significant about that, and parallels I could create between dancing and painting. And then I brought that into it. And so it's basically the Seb Gower art technique of lots of movement and trying to transpose energy, vitality, and joy onto the surface. But in that painting's case, we took it to a whole nother level. I haven't used movement like I used on Project Dancer in, not to try and do a picture like, it was really special. So it's a guy, he's in a contemporary dance position, modern contemporary dance position, and he's incredibly masculine, he's solo, he commands the whole canvas, and it's just really, anyway, that's going to be, there's no live for that, sorry guys, but there is going to be a reel. We had someone filming it, and we had I haven't posted it yet, John, I haven't posted it yet. There's a lot of footage. It was a long set, lots of footage. There's some amazing pictures from it, and I want to post them, but it's actually in collaboration. So had a great group of people reach out to me, and they wanted to do a collaboration in regards to music and sound. JBL, they're a fairly big company. And they've got a speaker which is perfect for outdoors. And what was really funny is, you guys know this, we never do promotional stuff at all. Any paint's good paint. I use plates. All my clothes are from an op shop. It's just the way we work. But it's just the way this goes. But in this case here, they had an outdoor speaker, and they go, "Could you do a reel using the outdoor speaker?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, but give me full creative license, I'll just use the speaker." So we got this giant speaker thing from them, and we put it on the beach. It was a little bit obnoxious, I felt bad, and we put on 80s pop. And so I've got the speaker blasting 80s pop beside my easel, and I've got this massive painting of this dancer doing a contemporary move, and I'm just going nuts on this canvas to 80s pop and just unleashing on it. And honestly, for the amount of movements and crazy energy we brought into the work, I'm surprised anything actually formed and came together, but it came together so well. It was absolutely, it was a big day. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. But yeah, there's tons of footage. I'll share it all, but probably not on the main feed. We'll do it in the chat rooms and things like that, and just because you don't want to miss any of it. It's kind of all fun. And we only get to pick one song to go over the whole thing, and we had a playlist of like 50 80s pop songs, so it'd be a pity to miss out on all that. But anyway, guys, I am going to charge off. This painting is ready at its current stage, I think for now anyway, guys. I always say I think it's ready, and then I change my mind and bring it back, but for right now, I think it's ready. This is New Zealand. It's New Zealand. This is the north of Auckland. An amazing place. We're like the little brother of Australia, and it's Sunday. It's 1:30. What a delightful time. Oh, and it's absolutely fantastic. We're stopping there because I'm about to run out of battery. What am I on? 14%. Yeah, getting down low. So anyway, thanks so much for joining, guys. If I missed any questions, guys, feel free to reach out via DMs on Instagram, on TikTok, or whatever. If you're after commissions, prints, advice, help of any kind, you can find everything you need via the link in the bio. I'm here for you. You're a bunch of champions. If it's morning, hope you have a great day. If it's night, hope you have a great night. And I hope wherever you are in the world, it's as beautiful as this incredible place that I get to call home. You're a pack of legends, guys. All the best. And special shout out to Jay Smith for being an absolute legend and looking after us this live. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.